Yo, what's up, my Nahabinos? That's a reference for Shin Megami Tensei V, where a human is fused with a god or demon or whatever. Nahabinos! And today I'm going to be talking about Shin Megami Tensei V for the Nintendo Switch, and you know what, it was a pretty good experience. I mean, there are some flaws which I will talk about as the video progresses, but you know, for those of you that are new or just getting into Shin Megami Tensei, of course there's going to be minor spoilers in this video. I'm just trying to be concise as I possibly can. So with that said, let's continue on with the video review. So basically, like any other Shin Megami Tensei game, this game is sort of the same. Like, you know, you're a Japanese student, you're going to school and all that, and then you get mixed up into some demonic stuff, and you wake up in an apocalyptic version of Tokyo, Japan, with these demons that are running the show, and there's not really any humans that are alive or really around. Usually it's a fight between Lucifer and God over good and evil, and who owns the world and all that type of stuff. And it's fascinating. It's very fascinating, because the thing is like, you know, you have these other friends that are kind of affected as well. I mean, you run into them in the post-apocalyptic version of Tokyo, Japan, and you make a lot of choices throughout the story that affects how things are going to kind of play out in the end, trying to unlock that ultimate ending, that proper final ending, and getting the right ending and all that. It's really deep stuff. I really love it. That's one thing about the Shin Megami Tensei games, is that their stories are really good. I really enjoy the stories of these games. I enjoyed the story in Nocturne as well. And going into Shin Megami Tensei V, I'm really excited, because that's the thing. I'm really excited story is all about, and how all these characters are going to be affected by what's going on and what's happening around them, and being in this apocalyptic Tokyo, Japan type world known as Dot, and you have to survive. Demons are hunting you, angels are fighting against demons. You're like, okay, what's going on? You know, this is some over the top weird stuff right now, biblical stuff going on right here. It's really a fantastic series. I mean, I've never personally played too many of them, even if I've played them just for a bit, but the one that I played most was probably Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. I thought it was a pretty great old school style JRPG, turn-based mechanics and all that. You know, you go around gathering strong demons into your party, leveling up, getting stronger, and trying to make sense of just what the hell is exactly going on. It's a really weird game, but I really liked it. That's what really kind of made me enjoy the experience, is seeing all this weird stuff, but it's also very dark as well. Whoa, just hold up. Did you guys see that character model's face? There's like, it says blank. The developers didn't even bother giving that NPC normal eyes, and yeah, I mean, what is this? What am I looking at here? These games are actually very tough, and Shin Megami Tensei 5 is no different. It's a tough game on the normal difficulty settings. You're gonna get killed a lot unless you experiment and find out each of the enemy's weaknesses and exploit the system. Because the thing is with the combat in this game, when you use like a magic spell that an enemy is weak to, you technically get another turn. So it can kind of keep stringing these combos in a way, in a sense, I guess is the right word. You can just keep chaining attacks over and over again. Really, you can take out a group of enemies pretty quick, or without them even getting their own turn. But the opposite is true too. For example, if you're running around on the field and you get ambushed, the odds are really stacked against you. Sometimes the demon will approach you and tell you, hey, look, if you want to live, you got to give me this much money or whatever. And you know, it's up to you. You can risk it, or you can just pay the demon the money, and you know, that's that. But sometimes the price is really steep. I mean, and you do need money in this game. You do need to buy a lot of items, healing items and whatnot. And sometimes there's special demons that cost money as well in the fusion menu in the world of Shadows, I believe it's called, or whatever. But yeah, let's talk about the whole demon aspect, demon collecting aspect here, because the demon collecting mechanic in this game really reminds me of a darker version of Pokemon. So just like Pokemon, you have to build your own party of demons in this game, and unlike Pokemon where you gotta lower their health and all that, and then throw a Pokeball to catch them, but the twist in Shin Megami Tensei 5 is that there's now a talk option, and so when you press on this button, it basically starts a conversation with the demon. And you have a bunch of dialogue choices that you need to choose, and some of them are not really the right answers and can even kind of turn things around. Like a demon can get really pissed at you, and then it ends up getting an extra turn and ends up wasting your HP and all that. But if you do pick the right options, the right dialogues, then the demon eventually warms up to you and decides to join your party. Sometimes the demons will ask for money, sometimes the demons will ask for something in order to compensate for them trying to join your team and all that. And just another reference to Pokemon, because in Pokemon you battle trainers, you grow stronger, and your Pokemon eventually evolve into stronger new Pokemon. But in Shin Megami Tensei V, the real catch here is that you're basically fusing demons in order to create new, stronger demons. So it basically requires that the same level as the demon that you're trying to fuse your other two demons into. And if everything is all good, then you can fuse those two demons in order to get that one new, stronger demon. It's a big help, and really when you bring these demons into each boss fight, you have to be very cautious, as each demon has their own abilities and skills and weaknesses, and it's honestly just fun just messing around with this system, just fusing two demons and seeing what you'll get. Sometimes there's a random effect, like you won't get the demon that you wanted because the game just decides not to, I guess. Not really too sure how that works, or maybe I just wasn't paying too much attention while playing, but from my understanding, it did happen where I planned on, fusing two demons into this awesome demon, but then I get this other random demon. But at least those demons had amazing stats, good strength, and magic and all that, so I wasn't too mad. Just a little caught off guard is all, but it's still cool. And that's what is so interesting to me, is like by the end of the game you have this party full of strong, overpowered level demons, and they look all amazing and cool and dark and twisted, and it's kind of the appeal. That's what I kind of love about it, is that it's just basically a darker version of Pokemon to me. And that's what really hooks me into the whole experience here. And shout out to the soundtrack for this game. The music in this game is fantastic. The boss battle music, the battle music, which is very quiet when the battle starts, but once you select an enemy to attack, boom, the music just goes nuts. It's all wonderful stuff. The music for the Shin Megami Tensei series is top notch. It's fantastic. I love it. In every game, these games have wonderful music. Besides leveling up and grinding and all that, you're going to be exploring these open hub areas. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say open world, but there's a big hub area. There's big hub areas, and which you basically get a chance to explore and run around in, and find all this hidden loot and item, and get in random battles, recruit demons, level up before the boss encounter. Now it was interesting, is the affinity and essence system in this game. So basically, like if a boss uses fire magic on you, you can change your essence as well as infinity so that you have another demon's attributes and strengths. So if that demon is strong against fire-based magic attacks, then that boss that keeps using fire spells on you will no longer be able to affect you, and thus will end up wasting his turn. I could spend forever talking about all the different game mechanics in this game, but I think it's better out to just play for yourself, as the game does a pretty good job of guiding the player through its deep hardcore JRPG turn-based mechanics and systems inside the menus and all that. But basically what I want to say is that even though this game had like open world explorable hub areas that you get to run around in, by the end of the game it started to get way too stale for me. There's not enough story going on in this game. I feel like you're basically just grinding for 20 hours, then there's a 5-10 minute cutscene, and you repeat and rinse, and the cutscenes felt more like a reward near the end of the game. Like I was just so tired of grinding and dying over and over again, mix and matching different type of party combinations so that the boss can't wipe me out in one turn. But thank God that you can lower the difficulty via the options menu. But yeah, I have to say that this was a decent experience overall. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Honestly, 6 out of 10. Honestly, this game could have been better. It could have. Let's not overpraise this game here. I mean, it's a decent JRPG, and honestly, I'm gonna be quite honest here. While I do think that this game is a good investment and you can't go wrong by picking it up, but let's just look at the facts. It is more of a hardcore JRPG kind of experience. I know that I was fatigued near the end, and you know, when a game makes me feel like rushing through it, that's kind of a bad sign. I honestly don't think this is worth its full retail price for what it's going for at the moment. If this game ever does go on sale, and I mean like really, if this game really goes on sale, like if it's like 40 bucks or something, and you know, you're bored, you're like, hey, I want to play a cool JRPG, Japanese turn-based game, then yeah, give Shin Megami Tensei 5 a try. But I honestly can't recommend it at full price. And yeah, it was number 2 for my top 10 games for 2021. But I was honestly still kind of in the middle parts of the game during that moment. And it didn't really, and the tedious nature of this game really didn't hit me until I was pretty much near the end of the game, and I was honestly just ready to move on to something else by that point. If this game maybe had more cutscenes and a better storyline, which the Shin Megami Tensei series is known for, I feel like the game was a bit rushed. They could have done way better here. The character models don't even have eyes. They look like statues or mannequins or something. It's just creepy, and it's unnecessary, and they should have polished that up a bit. And also the frame rate, going back to that, like Breath of the Wild, it's seamless on the Switch, but in Shin Megami Tensei 5, the frame rate is just kind of all over the place here, especially during the early parts of the game. So guys, with that said, that's why I give it a 6.9 out of 10. No offense to anybody that loves this game, it's not a bad game. 6 is not a bad score. I mean, you know, bad is like 4 or 3 where a game is unplayable. This game is playable, and you know what, it was a decent time. That's why I'm giving it a 6. And to the fans that love Shin Megami Tensei 5, hey, I don't mean any harm. Didn't mean to sound like that, drag this whole experience down into the ground and shit all over the game. It's not like that. But the turn-based JRPG battle system is still fun. Collecting demons and adding them into your party and building up your library of demons is really good as well. I didn't mention that you can also register demons into the encyclopedia or whatever, which goes into the overall percentage completion of the game and all that. But I'm pretty sure you guys got the main idea here. If you like this video, consider subscribing for more video gaming content, and don't forget to like this video and share with your friends and family as well as with the community. I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and I thank you all for the support from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys have a blessed and amazing day, and I will catch you guys on the next episode of RogueSpirit Reviews. Peace out.